In the last video, you have created the roof safety line holder. In this video, we will create the complete roof safety line by using this placeholder. For this, I am going to open a new Revit line based family. So I'm gonna choose metric generic line based family. In the background, I have the roof safety line holder. I'm going to load it into the line based family. So I have placed nearby the reference plane. Before start the further steps, you need to make sure that the whole of the placeholder is parallel to the reference plane. For that, I'm going to click this placeholder. You can press spacebar, or you can also use the rotate option to turn the whole of the placeholder to be parallel with the reference plane. Now it's parallel, we can move to the reference level. I'm going to lock this face of the placeholder with this reference plane. And also the middle of the reference plane with the middle of the placeholder. So the next step, I'm going to use the array. Click this family and use the option array. In the array, you have two options, linear and the radial. In the linear, you have two options to get the array by moving the family into the second place or at the last place. I'm going to choose the last. So then I'm going to move this family just like a copy with the array. So I'm going to choose the last. A little bit asking how many numbers of the families I need. As of now, 2 is fine. Then you need to lock the last reference plane with this edge. Fine. Further, I'm going to show how to create the formulas to make these families to increase whenever the length of the family increases. I'm going to create an additional parameter. We can call it minimum space, and that should be in an instance. Let's say we need a 750 mm between the placeholders, and another parameter, number of placeholders. And this is also an instance, and I need this in an integer because it's a round value. You can see the number of placeholders. I'm going to create a simple formula for this one. So the number of placeholders, it's equal to length divided by minimum space. When you are typing this formula, you need to make sure these characters should be similar to the parameters, otherwise the formula would not work. For example, you can see here, so it's showing, note that parameter names are case sensitive. That means you need to make sure whenever you are typing the formulas, it should follow the characters which is in the parameter. So I have created the formula for the number of placeholders. That should be the length divided by minimum space. Okay, we have created, but I haven't assigned this parameter in this family. Whenever you click the family in the array, you will find the array parameter. Sometimes it may not appear, and those times you need to click the active dimension so the array parameter will appear. In the array parameter, you need to assign the formula that we created as number of placeholders. So click the array parameter, then the label will appear. You can assign by choosing the number of placeholders, or else You have other option also. Just right click on the array parameter, go to edit label, then you can choose the number of placeholders. Now you can see when we are increasing the length of the family, the number of placeholders also increasing. You can also measure the spacing between the placeholders. You can see 963, and when you increase the length, the minimum space also will vary, and you can see the minimum spacing between the placeholders is always above the minimum space 750 mm. If you want, you can increase the minimum space. So we have created the array parameter for these placeholders. In the final steps, we need to create the safety line. That means the kind of steel rope in between the families. So I'm going to the left view of the family. And then I'm going to create an extrusion. I'm choosing pick lines. And it's okay. If you go to the reference level, you can find the safety line. The important thing, you need to lock the geometry with both reference plane and the line based family. Just choose AL and lock the geometry with the reference plane. And other end also lock the reference plane with this geometry. Let's see in 3D. So you can see the complete roof safety line. Let us save this family as roof safety line. I also provided the link for this family in the description. You can also download the family. Let us load this family into one project. Before load, we need to create one project with the roof. Let's create a one sample roof. This is a kind of roof. Then we can load the roof safety line into the project. So you will find two options: place on face or place on work plane. If you choose place on face, you can choose any of the face in the Revit elements to place. If you choose place on work plane, it will based on the work plane or levels in the project. So here I am going to choose place on face. I am going to place it in this roof face. It's created. You can see the roof safety line here that was created. Similarly, you can use this line based family for creating multiple families which are linear. Thanks for watching.